Well, Hey, what's up there, Forward Up Newsies? Welcome back to the channel. We definitely been some crazy developments today. I guess the news takes no weekends off, so here we are. Super quick before we get into it, you guys know the drill. If you've seen the past few episodes, drop a link in the comments, or drop a note in the comments. Let me know if you prefer seeing me, the person, or if you prefer seeing the puppet that I've had on this channel before. As you know, I'm an introvert, don't like being on camera, yada yada yada. You know the drill. If I seem a little awkward at times, that's why. Anyway, let's get into some news to move you forward, because like I said, it has been a doozy of a news day. So Iran has gone ahead and called Israel's bluff and has apparently sent over dozens and dozens of drones and missiles in a purported attack on Israel. Now, this is in response to the April 1st attack that Israel committed on Iran's embassy over there in Demascus. Again, that was back on April 1st. Some sort of a response was to be expected, but it was sort of like what will the response be? Will it provoke a broader conflict within the Middle East? Because despite a lot of the Arab neighbors having beef with Israel, nobody wants a war, except maybe Netanyahu and his peeps, because they want to get the U.S. involved, apparently, to maybe get some more land. Anyway, as of, let's say, around 3 o'clock U.S. Pacific time, there has not been any conclusive evidence yet of any of the missiles or drones hitting into Israeli airspace yet. But again, that's just at the time of filming this, so that news could have changed by the time you see this. That attack that happened on April 1st from Israel, it took out 7 members of the Israeli Guard and killed, including Brigadier General Mohammad Reza Zahedi. Apologies if I've mispronounced any of that, but yeah, and that was kind of a big deal. Killing that Brigadier General Mohammad Reza Zahedi, who was a senior commander in the Iranian Government Guard Corps, in the Overseas Quds Force, was kind of a big deal, right? It was a huge deal. They didn't just, when Israel committed that attack, they didn't just hit, quote unquote, a nobody. Mind you, I don't believe that anybody is a quote unquote nobody, but maybe I shouldn't even use that example. But this guy was a pretty big deal, is what I'm trying to say. So, of course, it was to be expected that there might be some sort of retaliation from Iran, and it looks like that retaliation is here. In the interim, Ben Gurion Airport in Israel has been shut down. There are no flights coming in or out of the Israeli airport. And countries including India, France, Poland, and Russia, among others, have also warned their citizens against travel to that region ever since the bombing of that embassy, of the Iranian embassy, back on April 1st. Benjamin Netanyahu, in an address to Israeli citizens, said that he was calling on the support of the U.S., Britain, and France in a speech where he said, we will hurt whoever hurts us. And I think it's really interesting. He called on the support of some of his biggest backers, including the U.S. and Britain, who have not only supported Israel's ongoing genocide by providing weapons, providing money, and even for years fighting against Palestinian full recognition in the full recognition of Palestine in the United Nations. Hey, he's been what do they call him, Benjamin? BB is calling on his homies, pull up, US, US, France, Britain, y'all pull up. It's time to ride out. We ain't riding at dawn. We riding right damn now. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, because it'll be interesting to see how that plays out because does this mean that there's going to be American boots on the ground? As if there's not already American boots on the ground, because Biden thinks he's slick and he thinks we don't know that there's probably Americans there right now. But anyway, that's a whole separate topic. Anyway, back to this attack, right? So President Biden has cut short his weekend at Delaware. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I'll be forgetting like what is in Delaware, except apparently a bunch of credit card companies. But anyway, that's no shade to Delaware. It's just you never really hear about it. Anyway, so Biden has cut short his Delaware weekend, and Jordan, Iraq, as well, like I said, Israel, with their Ben Gurion airport, have closed their airspace. So Jordan and Iraq have closed their airspace as well. Iran says that this is a retaliatory attack. This is not just a retaliatory attack, but this is going to be them defending themselves against an act of war by Israel. Again, from that seemingly random, unprovoked attack on Iran's embassy in Demascus back then on April 1st of this year, 2024. There are currently, according to Al Jazeera, there are some videos on social media purporting to show the drones breaching Israeli airspace. Now, none of that at the time of this recording has been confirmed, nor has it been confirmed by Al Jazeera news outlet. But, again, by the time you guys see this, news could have changed and things could have been confirmed by now. The Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, apologies if I got that messed up, says that this was an attack on Iranian soil and this was an attack on Iranian soil and Israel will be punished. Definitely not looking good, y'all. Are we, how is this is sort of that further escalation that if you listen to a lot of political pundits and military experts say that Benjamin Netanyahu was hoping for, because let's face it, Israel is a small country. America and Britain are its sugar daddies, or two of its sugar daddies, with I think the U.S. being its biggest sugar daddy. America gives Israel about $3.8 billion every year just because, like, it's just here you go, boom, here's some cash, go have fun with your friends, whatever. And then of course, there's all the arms sales that we give them. We're really propping them up, which is really ironic because apparently in Israel they have subsidized housing, college, subsidizing free college, all these, and universal health care. Meanwhile, people in America don't have universal health care, don't have subsidized housing, and are lacking in a lot of things in terms of food security, housing insecurity, education costs are through the roof, childcare costs are through the roof, but yet we're sending billions and billions and billions of dollars to another country that is considered a tech capital, not just of the Middle East, but of in the world. In terms of military technology and other technology. So like they have their own money, but yet the United States, Britain, Germany, other countries are mostly Western countries, quote unquote Western countries, are funding them, right? So why are we being Israel's sugar daddy? That is a question that is probably again topic of another video. But yeah, so now are we going to be caught up in yet another Middle Eastern war? We just got out of Afghanistan. Are we headed right back into the region to fight Benjamin Netanyahu's war? Because what he ultimately wants is to secure more land that's not his and making that into a broader Israel, right? I understand Iran, sending their drones and missiles and retaliating, because you can't just bomb somebody else's embassy just because. But it just makes you wonder, like, how is it going to impact the citizens in Palestine? How is it going to impact the citizens, in West Bank and Gaza? There was already an unprecedented land grab an unprecedented land grab in the West Bank a few days ago by Israel, where they took just acres and acres of land illegally. But at this point, does Israel care about breaking international law? Like, do I have to tell you that Israel does not care about breaking international law? But yeah, it's just sort of wonder, like, where do we go from here? Are we gonna have to commit troops to another war? Are we gonna have to commit troops to another war in the Middle East? What is this gonna mean? So, I don't know, y'all. We're gonna have to wait and see, but stay tuned, and we'll see how this goes from here. But anyway, let's get into some hope. Let's get into some things that you can do, right? So let's get into some hope that can lift you up. So obviously, if you are just a random person watching YouTube, there's probably not a whole lot you can do in regards to Iran's missile and drone attack on Israel. That, again, as of this recording, news of that happening has not occurred yet, but it is apparently on the way. But there are some things that you can still do, right? And one of those things, as we've talked about multiple times on this channel, is reach out to your elected officials. Just reach out to your elected officials and say, hey, we're demanding a ceasefire. You can join other organization groups to sort of help, find out when there's going to be protests. Let's say one of your elected officials, like from Congress, or hell, even the president or prime minister, let's say you live in Canada or something like that, you can go to those events and protest and make your voice heard, make signs, do all that stuff, march, and just really let your elected officials know that you don't support this. And then, of course, as always, the BDS movement, the Boycott, Divestments, and Sanctions movement. You can head on over to their website to see like an official list of companies that you can boycott. These are companies that support Israel and give money and aid and things like that. So these are companies that you can boycott, right? So that if you don't want your money, as a consumer, going to help fund a genocide in Palestine, then maybe you stop going to those places, right? So just off top, some of those companies include Starbucks, McDonald's, other places. Again, go to that website, check it out. You can get your Frappuccino from somewhere else if that's really your bag, if that's what you like. But yeah, those are some things that you can do. Again, thanks for tuning in. Keep it locked here for more news and information. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts on this situation. And again, I'm gonna keep asking this probably for a little while until I make up my mind about whether or not you prefer seeing me in live in the flesh or whatever, or my really awesome cute puppet that I kind of hope that you guys like as well, because he needs love too. All right, Forward Up Newsies, that's all the news we got for now. Until next time, always keep moving forward and help lift each other up.